Assalamu alaikum, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen, assalatu wassalamu ala rasulul kareem, amma ba'd. Dear brothers and sisters, it's been a while. Let's get you in the right frame of mind. Shaykh Ahmad Amir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. من جاء بالحسنة فله عشر أمثالها ومن جاء بالسيئة فلا يجزى إلا مثلها وهم لا يظلمون. قل إنني هداني ربي إلى صراط مستقيم دينا قيما ملة إبراهيم حنيفا وما كان من المشركين. قل إن صلاتي ونسكي ومحياي ومماتي لله رب العالمين لا شريك له وبذلك أمرت وأنا أول المسلمين. قل إن صلاتي ونسكي ومحياي ومماتي لله رب العالمين لا شريك له وبذلك أمرت وأنا أول المسلمين. قل أغير الله أبغي ربا وهو رب كل شيء ولا تكسب كل نفس إلا عليها ولا تزر وازرة وزر أخرى ثم إلى ربكم مرجعكم فينبئكم بما كنتم فيه تختلفون. وهو الذي جعلكم خلائف الأرض ورفع بعضكم فوق بعض درجات ليبلوكم فيما آتاكم إن ربك سريع العقاب وإنه لغفور رحيم. صدق الله العظيم.
Assalamu alaikum, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen, assalatu wassalamu ala rasulul kareem. Welcome, dear brothers and sisters, to another Daroon show. We've missed you for a week. Captain Caveman here.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This is the one and only man in black, the Mac, Daroon, as always.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Professor Gray, and Kalam, he says he's got super fast internet, but I don't know why he was crackling up and freezing there for. It didn't sound like it was a 5-star kind of internet service. Who do you get your supply from?
No, they fixed it super fast, is what I meant. Yeah. Maybe they cut a few corners. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely cut something. Okay, welcome, brothers and sisters. Let's hear your comments and also receive calls. How are they going to do that, Kalam?
Well, they're gonna obviously post their comments on that forum thingy bob. Like Musa and others. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I hope everyone is well, inshallah, and have high spirits for Eid Day. And of course, they can call us 0207 1234. Huh? Oh, is it? Why doesn't he put it up there? 0208 1234 507. That's it. 0208 1234 507.
Good thing we put it actually on the screen for you. Yeah, because if you had to rely on Kalam's reading, yeah, we'd be in trouble. Okay, so the 30th Ramadan, it is actually a blessing to get 30 days in Ramadan. The Prophet ﷺ himself didn't get that many, so we should really be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which means Eid is on Sunday. If you do want to get your Eid messages out there, of course, feel free to do that. And if there's anything in particular you want us to talk about, other than the Eid wars and the moon wars and things like that, please let us know, and we'll comment obviously as we go along.
Yes, of course. Sunday is the day of Eid. What are we going to get up to? How are we going to enjoy it? What we're going to do? Are we going to break all social distancing rules?
You know, as we were talking about thanking people, I have to thank, that cook, Nadia something, can't remember her other name. She won that cooking competition.
Bakery competition.
Baking, yeah. I have to thank
Nadia.
And then a bunch of other people, I don't know who they are, for telling me, how I should be spending my Eid day. Because, if they didn't really tell me, I wouldn't really know what to do. And I also want to thank the government for paying extra money to sponsor the video. And I also want to thank the British Broadcasting, Corporation, also known as, what shall I call it? The megaphone of the colonizers, yeah? The PR department, the propaganda department of the British Raj, for reminding us, how we should be spending Eid. I was really, really struggling with this. I was thinking, subhanAllah, what am I going to do? There's this pandemic out there and there's Eid happening. Forget the fact that I haven't gone to the mosque for 2 months, right? I haven't prayed Jummah for 2 months. I'm going to forget all of that, yeah? And all of a sudden, Eid is here, man. You know what I mean? I'm going to miss the Taraweeh on the 27th night. I was at home. You know what I mean? I didn't go to the masjid, but on Eid day, I'm going to lose my mind and go to Southend or Hyde Park. Or I might actually start doing the conga. Hey, who knows? So thank you for saving me from that disgrace.
Yeah. And a side note to all you Essex chavs who overspilled in Southend-on-Sea with so much suntan lotion that the country was shining for months thereafter. What's all that about? Yeah? Keep it all inside. That's all I'm saying. Keep it all inside and don't go to Southend-on-Sea. Southend was much better without you. It's true.
It's true. You know what my prediction is. This is, look, brothers and sisters. Yeah, please, whatever you do, don't come to Myland Park. Yeah, right. We've already booked it. Okay, so me and my family, we've already booked it. Yeah, so all our extended family members, we're all going to go out for a picnic. Yeah, we're going to scatter ourselves. Yeah, just like normal people. No one's going to know there's about 150 family members there. Yeah, and we're just going to relax. Yeah, no, I mean, look, nobody knew there was 100,000 people on Southend Beach, did they? So we're just going to blend, bruv.
Yeah, well, we still maintain the social distance. You stay further away. You relax. You sit where you want to sit. I'm sure people can have a conversation 2 meters away from each other. I mean, all you got to do is get a sheikh to read one of the hadiths, sitting on the corner underneath a tree somewhere, and everyone gather around, sit down, and you listen to some. Listen, there's some call already. Calls are coming in.
Take the call.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, brother. And who's this?
This is Muhammad speaking.
Muhammad, mashallah. How are you, Muhammad, today?
I'm good, alhamdulillah, I'm good. I thought I'd call in today. I don't want to cause any controversy or anything like that.
Well,
what are you being good for? Everybody's breaking the law. Nobody's listening to any sort of guidance from the government. They don't even know the guidance themselves, bruv. Don't be good, be bad. Be bad because on Sunday, he's back out again. All right? So let's get a head start on being bad. No, we have to be good. We have to be good. Astaghfirullah.
Listen, you know what I'm talking about? That dodgy image on his cup as well.
Hey, you know that. We're going to win the league.
Yeah.
We're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. And now you're going to believe us.
Let's give Mohammed a chance, obviously. Mohammed, what would you like to say? Come on. Of
course, Mohammed.
I hope the Premier League gets cancelled, actually. Yeah, sorry. So what I was going to say is, obviously, I'm all for, being safe, social distancing, protecting our family. I think when you look outside and you see all these people going out to the park, going about their business like normal, do you think as a Muslim community we're over baking it right now? Obviously, we've got Eid Salah. If we were a bit more proactive, maybe with the big parks, we could have organized some social distancing and have our Eid Salah.
No, Mohammed, you're right. I mean, of course, easily, it's a very sensible thing. It can be done.
No, because sorry, Abdul, but he's right. Because like even the young lads, when they go to do the book milamili, they do it like social. They don't like to touch each other. Have you seen it? Like they go like this. Look. It would work, Mohammed. You're onto one. It would work. It would work.
Mohammed, you're totally right. If the community organised themselves, it could have been easily done because the government's given its kind of like vague instructions, okay, and those vague instructions are very clear. They're really, really clear. All you got to do is stay a little bit away from each other. So as long as someone can't sneeze on you, you're okay, yeah? So we could have done that. We could have had like people like a meter or 2 meters away standing and praying, whatever. I mean, obviously, people got that creative mind. They could have done that. There are people outside in the parks and that. They're not interacting with people. They're just sitting around. They're walking past. They're not having conversation. They're not really breaking the rules and that, yeah? A lot of people are exercising. So, yeah, I think it could have been done. But obviously, like we're following the government to the book, isn't it? So, we've been saying,
we're quick to criticize the government. Do you think we're lacking a bit of creative leadership right now? Because obviously, just to have a little dig at Azad by only joking, people like him are causing a lot of fear among the Muslim community.
Huh?
Well,
give us some examples. I'm interested in this.
Because why are you scared? How have I frightened you?
I'm only joking. Yeah, I'm only joking. But what I meant was, the whole stay home, and then you look at the pictures. So you get all the propaganda from the media. You have the Muslim celebs. You have this and that telling you to stay home. The Eid messages that you get, from interfaith community. Oh, it's Ramadan, it's Eid. Oh, please stay home. Don't go to this house, that house. And then you look at the park and you look at other parts of the UK, even the protesters that were protesting.
Yeah, that was mad.
On the level though, I think the Muslim community has been extremely responsible, and I think you know, from the beginning, pushing the message of being home, being safe, you know, observing the lockdown. It's been very, very good. And I still think personally, like, you know, this call to send kids back to school in July and slowly, you know, increasing people going out in the public. I think it's not driven by the science anymore. It's driven by economics, and it's driven by the fact that people themselves are beginning to rebel. And this government is very quick to do what it will take to keep the popularity levels up. So I think, although, you know, behind closed doors, Eton is going to be closed, Winchester is going to be closed, Cambridge ain't going to open up. They're doing online classes until 2021 or something, but they want our schools and our kids to go back to school. No, mate, it's not happening.
You know, listen,
I mean, I don't know. You can correct me, but I don't think the government closed the, you know, the actual places of worship. But you know, I think you know, we're following the government. I don't think we're stupid. Firstly, I think Muslims are very sensible, and they have been, you know, very sensible throughout this whole period. I think if there was some sort of leadership, you know, we could have had some Eid Salah. I don't want to emphasize Eid Salah too much. Obviously, 5 times is way more important. But again,
listen,
you know,
Muhammad,
we've had enough time to prepare for this, I guess.
Yeah, Muhammad, Jazakallah khair, I think, for your points. Let's just pick it apart a little bit, yeah? So, obviously, I'm taking the mick out the video. This video and the video before Ramadan started. Why? Because it plays into the tropes that is being set out by racists and Islamophobes that, you know, Muslim are the super spreaders. The counter-argument...
Yeah, look at India. It's exactly what India is doing right now.
No, that's exactly what India is. So the counter argument is that, you know, a lot of ethnic minority people are dying. There seems to be more vulnerability with them. So, you know, that's why maybe the messages need to be especially focused. So that's the counter argument. But what I don't buy is that counter argument happening in the way that it does and in the manner it does, because it just plays into that. Because all people see, it's like, you know, the condemnation culture that some people have, right? You know, that they feel like they have to condemn so that, you know, people don't blame them, right? But when they condemn, all they do is reinforce in the mind of the ordinary person that it had something to do with you. So this is the problem. That's the first thing. The second thing is, look, we should, and alhamdulillah, we have been sensible. And what we should do is we should approach this in a phased way. Of course, we cannot stay locked up the way we are forever. There has to be a time where, you know, people have to come out. And the only way around this, without a vaccine, without a cure, is like, you know, we're going to have to build our immune system up. And some of us have to kind of get it and then hopefully get over it. And now that the hospitals aren't as packed as they were, you know, maybe the NHS and others can deal with it. But it has to still be done in a sensible way. What the government is failing to do is do that in a sensible way. So we as Muslims, the worst thing we can do is just keep barging and say, okay, you know what, we need to have Eid Salah, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Remember, Eid Salah is not fard, right? We've got to stop being sentimental, okay? So we need to get our priorities right and then slowly open up. Naturally, in June, end of June, the mosques and others will start opening up slowly, okay? And then we move forward. So I think, look, alhamdulillah, I think the leadership in the Muslim community so far has been good. I think there are some people in the Muslim community who are, you know, government sock puppets, if you like, and they just like to kind of replay the government narratives in different ways, or they're being paid to do something. If you exclude them, most of the Muslim community, alhamdulillah, has been fantastic. And I think that's a good point. Listen, Kalam. Muhammad, Jazakallah khair for your call. You need to read some messages, bro.
Yeah, I do.
I think Mohammed wanted to respond. Mohammed, did you want to respond?
Yeah. This isn't Parliament. This is the Easy Talk. So I'm going to read some text. Mohammed, shush. Hey, Mohammed, let me read some text, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
One more point. I don't let you get on with your internet speed. No problem.
Go on. Sorry, bro.
But anyway,
go on, bro.
I was just going to say, you know, yeah, that's fine. I think, like, you know, we're responsible. We get that. Our people are responsible. I think if you allow a space for dialogue in terms of our Muslim leaders, the mosques, and many other leaders out there who are not paid or sellouts or whatever you call them. If you allow them some space into opening a discussion on how we're going to do this, how we're going to facilitate, you get some organization. Then you get a good understanding for the masses, the Muslim masses, that is.
Muhammad.
Yeah.
Like, before we open up the mosques, we need some serious deen intensive training, because whenever I go to the mosque, and mashallah, I've been going to the mosque for a number of years now. Whenever I go to the mosque, I have observed it. Once we start the congregational prayer, there is a cacophony, a chorus of I mean, come on, brother.
Yeah, they have their masks on right now, isn't it?
That is a recipe for COVID spreading, yeah? Huh? That's a recipe for COVID spreading.
Dialogue.
Before we go to the mosque,
that's what I'm talking about. I'm not calling for fear mongering. I'm calling for dialogue. These people can wear masks.
I'm going to stop you.
All right, no worries.
Not a problem.
But Muhammad's got a really good point. I mean, like, Callum, you're bang on.
Wait, I know we're lagging. There's a lot of lip syncing, yeah?
Look, he's stopping me, yeah?
I think Abdul was trying to speak. We kind of always interrupted him. So what I'm going to do, Abdul, just to be fair, is...
No, listen, I've totally forgotten now what I was going to say, yeah? really thrown me back. I think I'm going to have to think about what I was going to say, and then I'll come back, inshallah.
No worries. Okay, so just before the break, what we were talking about... is celebrating Eid and everything, social distancing, and how, we're being made an example of the community that needs to be told on that, how to, have a good time on Eid day, being mindful about a pandemic that, we all forgotten about for the last 2 months. So we want to hear your comments and your views on it. Now, just before we had to restart, I did see some comments on there. One of the comments was changing the subject, is there was a little bit of controversy. The Tesco ad with the 3 Muslims that were cooking?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I personally found that very offensive as well.
The ad itself?
Yeah, I found the ad really offensive. That 3 men would be cooking. What has the world come to?
Where were the women? Or Azabah, was it 3 men after 2 months of lockdown and like no beauty shops and the facial hair just like, what I mean? I don't know. What was it? Was it really 3 men? We need to put freedom of information.
I can't believe you said that. Anyway, the guy who said that is Kalam.
I'm asking I'm being journalistic about this. Yeah, I'm asking a question.
Ask me your journalist question.
Was it really men, or could it be 3 women?
They were men.
Okay, that is a problem.
They were men, and they were cooking, and some people got upset because Tesco was promoting halal. You know that word? Like how garlic kills Dracula. Halal was Islamophobes. That's what it was. They couldn't take it. It's like, halal in my Tesco? What's going on? What is going on? Why is there halal in my Tesco?
Azabah, don't tell them, but KFC is halal. Pizza Express is halal.
And they're like foaming at their mouths and they're dying. But hopefully it's a peaceful death. Now, moving on. Okay. It is the 30th of Ramadan, brothers and sisters. We do want to get into the Eid mode. But before we do get into the Eid mode, we should actually make sure...
I think I'm causing offense here. I didn't realize we were on air. So Rabbi is saying women with beard, and then 1,000 question marks thereafter. It does happen, Sister Rabbi. I wouldn't be so surprised. I've seen some women with beard, so it's nature, mashallah. Isn't it, Abdubai? It's happened, right? You've seen them in your circles as well, right?
Well, listen, don't drag me into this here. I ain't seen nothing, okay? You're gonna have to explain yourself now, young man.
No. Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, listen.
All right, listen, for that sister, yeah, inshallah, what I'm going to shoot him now, yeah, right? Look, bang! Yeah.
Kalam, you need to apologize.
No, you know, like, for those women who don't have beard, I'm really sorry. Yeah, you don't know what you're missing out on.
That's exactly how the government apologizes for all this mess up.
Exactly.
If I offended you, then I'm sorry, but you shouldn't have been offended in the first place. Okay, I was just stating the facts. Okay, no. Anyway, on a serious note, there is absolutely nothing wrong with the advert, and it's like all things, and we've got to be a little bit mindful of this. There's a tendency for the newspapers and social media and certain people to exaggerate things and get people into a frenzy. Okay, most people, they've always known there's halal section in Asda or Tesco or Sainsbury's or whatever. Yeah, there's a small little section. Like there's kosher sections as well. Right, it doesn't bother anyone. If you want kosher, if you want halal, you know where to go and you get your stuff and you go. Right, if you don't want it, you don't have to have it. So there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. But obviously, some people like to create hysteria and just, you know, beat down on the Muslims again. That's what it is. It's just open season.
But I think Tesco's did this a couple of Christmases ago as well, where they featured some Muslims, you know, doing shopping during the Christmas season, and they got a backlash on that one as well. So I think, alhamdulillah, from Tesco's point of view, they've held a strong line, which is, you know,
they're customers, and I think, look, this is the reality. All we have to do, brothers and sisters, is just push back onto them and say, get over it. Okay, this is the reality. This is the norm. You know what I mean? There's going to be halal sections in the shops. There's going to be Muslims in the streets. There's going to be mosques. Okay, there's going to be Eids. There's going to be Ramadan. There's going to be Jummah. There's going to be all these things. And when we sneeze, we say Alhamdulillah. Okay, so you get used to all of these things, and everything will be fine. Okay, and inshallah, let me finish. Inshallah, if you also read the Quran, you may also join our gang.
Absolutely. The problem for the Islamophobes will be that post lockdown, they won't be able to tell a Muslim from a non-Muslim, because we'll all be like we'll all be the same, innit? Because of lockdown, a lot of us haven't had the opportunity to get their hair cut, get their beards trimmed. So all the men are going to come out with long beards, and you know, all the women are going to come out with their face covered because of the you know, of fear of the virus. And then the Islamophobes won't be able to tell between Julia and Jamila. You know, they'll be in a right frenzy. They'll be like confused. Who's that? And she'll be like, I'm Julie. And the other one will be like, I'm Jamila. And they'll be like, you look the same. And that's the whole thing, innit? That's how the Muslims do it. Slowly but surely, you normalize what Islam is. And I think the halal food movement, and, you know, all these products in the supermarkets, the halal turkey bacon rashers, halal burgers, halal this, halal that, halal doner. If you go to the frozen section in the world food section, you see an array of halal food, pizza and all of that, lasagna, whatnot. This is brilliant because it normalizes the Muslim shopping experience, Muslim identity. And that's what they hate. That's what they hate.
As you can see, there is a tug of war, a war of love going on between us and Facebook. Okay, and we have a special message for Facebook. Kalam, take it away.
We love you, we love you, we love you, Facebook. Amora tumake balo bashi, Facebook. Please don't do it again.
Right, please, Facebook. Okay. Please, if you can't handle what we've got to say, join in our conversation. Right?
Argue, debate it, Facebook. Yeah. Don't be a bully brother. Don't be a bully brother. Just because you can't take, you slam the door and you prevent us from having our say. Well, let me tell you one thing, Facebook. We might love you, but love means saying the truth to you. All right, brother?
Yeah. Okay. You just made Facebook a brother. There we go.
So today what have we done? We gave we called Essex Chav, right? Number one. So just in case you wanna file a complaint. No.
Don't do it again.
Okay.
You don't get away with that so many times. Okay?
Yeah.
Right. So Okay, and then something happened which we'll skip over. Then Abdul shot Kalam. We skip over that.
And then we wonder.
Yeah. Listen, what happened with your hair, Kalam? How comes you got a haircut?
Yes.
Professional, bro.
You wanna rule it, bro? I got a line there. No, I bought my private barber. Sorry, I paid my private barber to come and give me a haircut.
Private barber. Is that?
Yeah. No,
Your zakat must be some level, bro.
yeah, mashallah. No. You know what it is? I thought our esteemed viewers would give us a haircut, right? And so I didn't do it myself personally, and then it just became uncontrollable, and it was coming out my ears, and I was getting migraine. That's what it was. I was getting a lot of migraine. So yeah, man did a little side and back blade 3 blend in with a little line. Huh?
Did you
I
pay
had to pay for it. I had to pay for his Uber, which was enough, more than enough, innit?
Can I ask how much it kind of took you back with the haircut?
Sorry, Abdul, can't say it again.
I was just saying how much it took you back. What was the damage on the haircut?
It's quite a bit of damage there, bruv. Quite a bit of damage. It's all right. It was reasonable.
Oh, yeah. Well. I'm struggling with my hair. Yeah, and I've just totally given up on it. Yeah. So I think I might just grow it long. You know, just keep it long and that, and I'll just have to wait for my barber opens up, innit? And we do it legally and the way it's supposed to be, like the way Boris said.
I think we're going to have to report Kalam because I think he's broken the social distancing rules.
No.
Yeah, what do you mean, no? How did you cut your hair with a 2 meter distance? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, no. So basically, you know Edward Scissorhands? Yeah, that's not a movie, bro. It's not only in the movies. Yeah, this barber. Yeah. All right. So what? And what? What are they gonna do? Arrest me?
Yeah.
Look. On Facebook, there was an advertisement going on. Yeah, this is a big up on Facebook. Yeah, there was actually a barber cutting, maintaining a social distance. What he had a screen, and then there was a little gap in the middle that his hands can go through, and he's fully protected. The customer's fully protected as well, and they're advertising this barrier, and it's on wheels and it moves around. So he's like cutting, moving around, and this barrier moves with him as well. You know, people are quite creative. You know, in these kind of situations, people come out with creativity. It's not in the UK, but obviously when a lot of the barbers saw that, yeah, I'm sure they're trying to find out where they can get that supply from.
Now, to be fair to my one, he had gloves on, he had the mask on and everything, yeah, and he made me wear a mask.
Listen, Kalam, look, just be honest here, right? Look, you know, we all got cousins who do it, yeah, right? So it's not just you that you grabbed your cousin to come in and do it, yeah, right? Everyone's got cousins and relatives to do it. I'm just waiting for my special barber because I'm telling you, my mechanic, my barber, and my GP are very personal, yeah, and I don't change them. I don't change them, yeah. So I don't trust anyone else, you know. So until it's all over, I'm going to go to my guy, and he's going to touch my hair.
Your mechanic, your barber, and your DIY man, and your everything, right, is the same person, isn't it?
No, it's not. They're all different, but they're all specialised, and you stick to one, yeah. You don't hop around everywhere.
Oh, guess what? Look, so basically, people are trying to get me citizens arrested. Yeah, citizen Mavis Zahid wants a citizen arrest. Yeah, and Rabia Ali saying they won't arrest me, they'll arrest the barber. Go on then, you might as well. I'll give you the address if you want.
No,
he took 25 quid off me.
Listen, you can get fined £1,000.
25 quid? No.
You get fined £1,000.
The barber. Now, he's the one that broke the social distance. I was at home.
It takes two people to break this. You got to understand it properly. That's why it's very vague.
Okay.
Listen. Anyway, let's move off your head. Okay, listen, brothers and sisters. Let's actually play a nasheed. I think we need to.
I think so. Yeah.
Let's play a nasheed because we were starting. It's kind of a little bit difficult. So whilst that nasheed is playing, of course, tell us what you think of this nasheed. I think this is the first time we're playing it. I actually do want to hear. Some people wanted to hear an Urdu nasheed. It's going to come up full one after this one. But I want to hear your views on this nasheed, okay? And if anyone can guess the name of the nasheed and the artist or one of the artists, then there'll be a special prize for you. Not that you're going to get anything physically, still be a special prize.
Of course.
सारा जहां हमारा रोए ज़मीं से लेकर ता आसमां हमारा मुस्लिम है हम वतन है सारा जहां हमारा रोए ज़मीं से लेकर ता आसमां हमारा तौहीद की अमानत सीनों में है हमारे सीनों में हमारे आसान नहीं मिटाना नामो निशान हमारा मुस्लिम है हम वतन है
MashaAllah, brothers and sisters, you are watching the Daroon show, and I'm going to read some SMSs for you, inshallah, or text messages, whatever. It's not SMS, you know what it is. Lots of people are saying about my haircut, they love it, alhamdulillah, which is good. I like it too. And Mavis Jahid is saying, or Zahid is saying, you paid him, lol. Yes, of course. What do you think? You get this for free, bruv? The blend, look at the blend. And Simon saying, can't believe I almost missed it, the show. Naughty Simon, that's not good. And Javedul Haq is saying, Jabrul Islam, are you enjoying this, are you, or are we? And then Khalid Rahman is saying, peace be upon you all, Daroon presenters and viewers. And Muhammad Imdad is saying, that was beautiful, mashallah.
MashaAllah. I'm glad you enjoyed the nasheed. Okay, so as we were saying, 30th of Ramadan, okay, the last Ramadan. And I think, many of us, we're actually blessed to get this, as I mentioned, at the first attempt. Though even the Prophet ﷺ never got 30 Ramadans that often. He did get a few. So we should try to utilize tomorrow, tonight, as much as possible, and get in the good deeds that we need to stack up on our scales. Yeah, don't feel 29 days have gone and I haven't done enough and everything else. Just think, whatever you put in at the end is what's going to make it count. Okay, a thing like the deeds, the rewards are decided on how it's ended, not how it started necessarily. So, inshallah, we should be upbeat about that.
We should, because alhamdulillah, usually there's always an Eid war, isn't it? Some people do it on the Saturday, other people will do it on the Sunday, and Pakistan will do it on the Tuesday, But alhamdulillah, it seems the whole Ummah will be doing it together, like Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Morocco, and other countries have followed suit. So everybody, inshallah, looks like to be doing it on Sunday. But what it means practically for us is that we get an extra day, and which means tonight is the last night of Ramadan, alhamdulillah. It's the last night because tomorrow night will be the night of Eid. So we get this night and then tomorrow day. So this is a blessing, this is a barakah. And of course, we should remember that there's a hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam where he said that in every night of Ramadan, Allah frees a large number of his servants from the hellfire. So that means we've got another opportunity to be amongst those who are freed from the hellfire. So we should pray, Allahumma ajirni minan nar. Oh Allah, save me from the fire. And if you want to do it for the ummah, Allahumma ajirna minan nar. Oh Allah, save us from the fire. So I think that's one good thing to do as well, inshallah, to take benefit and try and make the last day the best day of Ramadan, inshallah.
Inshallah. And also, obviously there's Eid, and there was a question that came up. Okay, what do we do? What's the ruling on Eid Salah? What should we do? And there's obviously some scholars have said there is no Eid Salah at home. It's done outside. It's special and it has conditions like the Jummah. Others are saying, you could do it at home, but not exactly like the Eid Salah. You don't do the khutbah. And both are kind of valid. And I think, look, we don't need to start a fight over this. We don't need to disagree and argue over this. We just do what is beneficial for us, whatever is possible, whatever is doable in our own homes. So in your house, if you can, you've got, mashallah, a big family and you can do an Eid Salah and you want to do it, do it. Alhamdulillah, maybe that will, add to the feeling of it being Eid day. And if you can't or you don't want to, that's also fine as well. But there are certain other things that we should all do, regardless of whether we're praying the Eid Salah and everything else. And those rituals are like the takbirat and things like that. These things we should do. Hopefully all of us have paid our fitrah, because you leaving it today is really, really lastminute.com, because it needs to be with the poor before Eid day. So there's other things we should make sure we do.
Exactly. So the thing about Eid is that it's the masjid, isn't it? It's everybody going to the mosque in the morning, the festivity of it, the carnival atmosphere, especially the mosque, the masjid that we used to worship at, and we East London Mosque, and now here in this neck of the woods, there's balloons for the kids, there's popcorns, there's sweets, there's some fun fairs. All of that, it's beautiful, because that's what Eid is. Eid is like a celebration and a gift from Allah after the long, hard slog of Ramadan, inshallah. So we may not be able to do that, but we should make it fun and festive and enjoyable for not only ourselves but for the kids as well. But not only for the kids but us as well. So we need to enjoy it. We need to glam up, dress up nicely, put on the attar, do the ghusl. Yeah, glam up. Glam it up.
You put some makeup on, brother.
Put some blusher. Put some blusher on, concealer, what I'm saying, all of that stuff. Because if women can have beards, men can have makeup, bruv.
How'd you know all these names?
Maybelline, put some Maybelline on, Revlon, and all that. Put some hair gel on and hairspray up. I forgot the serious point I was making, as well. But the point is, we should that, like you said, there's so many sunan of Rasulullah in the Eid Salah. That he would say, if you are going to do Eid Jamaat, right, guys, in your homes, what you should do is go to the place of prayer from in one direction, and then go out of the prayer place in another direction, because that's what Rasulullah did. He said, go to the masjid in one way and go back home in another way. And this Eid
in your house.
Yeah, you come down the stairs and then go to the prayer room in one way, and then take another path to go around the other place, innit? In your own house, innit?
Oh, you got two different staircases. Okay.
Everything's coming out today, isn't it? Well, the palace is rather big.
I don't think that's going to happen with me. Yeah, you know what I might do? Yeah, you just gave me an idea. I might just call my nephew next door, lives next door. I think he's a Havis. Yeah, I might get him to kind of lead the prayer downstairs on my estate. Yeah, with about 5 meter radius distance from everyone. Maybe that'd be easy for me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But we should prezzies for the kids. Wrap it up. Make it fun, guys. Make it fun, because you know what it is. The children, I can see it in my kids as well. I don't know if you guys can see it. They are getting a little bit frustrated and a little bit tired of this lockdown. It is becoming a little bit like monotonous.
Monotonous.
Monotonous. That way, it's becoming similar every day, like the same thing. Like, get me? It becoming like boring. You get me? Like,
so good advice for you. Yeah, you wrestle with them. Believe me, you wrestle with them. Yeah, you burn their energy like anything. Yeah, right. Not only that, it's very good physical development, mental development. You tire them out like that, yeah, they'll be all right. you got really physically kind of, because a lot of our kids are like cooped up at home. They're not exercising, and obviously this, you got to look at the psychological side of it as well. Yeah, right. Being in a place, was it 4 or 5 weeks that I was inside the house, and then the first time I came out, the whole world kind of was wobbly for me. Yeah, because I was getting dizzy. So you get institutionalized in being in home. So can you imagine how the kids are going through?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, absolutely. Some messages, bro. Read some messages.
Yeah, but these messages are a bit boring, man. People should write nice messages if they want me to read it. Look. Rabia Ali saying Daroon Lager, Chanel, bro. Musa's really gone out and said lol. Come on, people, write a bit of substance it out a little bit, flesh it out a little bit, innit?
In the gut. That's what I say.
Eat salad in the gut. Yeah, well, that would be interesting.
That would be interesting. That'd be really interesting. Okay, so in terms of Eid, I think, look, most of us, we're going to do similar things, like you said, Kalam, prezzies, clothes, food, and it won't be the same where we will have visit each other houses as much, but we should try to, wherever we can, get together. Of course, just bear in mind your own situation. So if you've got more vulnerable people in your house, houses, like older people and everything else, then you need to be a little bit sensible. That's all it is. Just use your akal, inshallah.
Absolutely. So we have Umara saying, may Allah bless and reward you. Ameen. Ameen. Everybody, inshallah. Sabs is saying, I agree. We're going to go all out. And I mean it. I mean, all in, not all out, she's saying. So that's funny.
Will sharing food be like okay, or are we breaking the law if we share food?
No, you can share food as long as you don't sneeze on it.
Throughout Ramadan, bruv. And actually, just saying that, I'd like to thank all of the Daroon listeners and viewers, right, for the food that you've provided us this Ramadan. Alhamdulillah, it's been top notch.
Absolutely, big shout out. So sorry, before Abdul so rudely interrupted, I was reading Sab's Hawk's message. Right, she said, I agree. We're going all out. I mean, in right. Eid clothes, food, Zoom with the family, food games, walk in the park. So that's brilliant. That's good. Excellent. We need to do that. And Wasim Akhtar, my brother from another mother from the north of Huddersfield, is saying sick trim, bro. Thank you, Wasim. I thought you'd approve. You know what I mean? Me and Wasim go back. We go back, bro. Yeah, we go, mashallah, yeah. Anyway, and Musa said, don't start on me on a funny note. I'm heavily pregnant and I tried to exercise. Professor Gray encouraged me to do it and I got stuck doing a lunge.
People are trying. Believe me, people are trying. You got to exercise. You got to do something, yeah, to your ability.
I just hope you made it back up, Musa. Alhamdulillah, the good husband helped her to get her back. Abdul, you should give your advice with like qualifiers, isn't it? Like you know.
Yeah, well, obviously I can't show all the exercises, but who knows? Maybe in the next show we could do something.
No, but you were gonna do some breathing exercises, Abdul. So do you want to like lead us on that breathing exercise?
No, I think people are gonna choke today.
No, lead us on that. This is good. You shouldn't be shy of spreading beneficial knowledge and practice, akhi. So like about how to make sure that the lungs are full and go on. Lead us, brother.
Did you see that video clip I gave you?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So lead us. How do you do it?
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
I think we need to see that video clip. Yeah, I think that video.
I think we need to see you do it.
Yes, please. Yeah. Right. So loads of people are voting for you to do it, Abdul. Please take the stage. We'll follow you. Piece to camera on Abdul, please, producer, and then we'll follow you.
Focus on Abdul, please.
The serious one or the non-serious one?
Both.
Okay, the serious one. Yeah, you just wait. So easy peasy. Yeah, just breathe in. Yeah, take the breath down to your stomach. Hold it there 3 seconds. And breathe out slowly. Yeah. Once again, breathe in. Take it down, swallow it down to your stomach. Hold it there. No, not in your mouth. No, not in your mouth. Not in your mouth. Come on, look, watch. Look, you breathe in. You don't hold it in your mouth and go like that, yeah? Yeah, into your stomach. Hold it into your stomach. That's it. And then breathe out slowly. Yeah. So once again, breathe in. Take it down. Breathe out. Yeah, okay, that's an easy one, yeah? All right. We don't have a screen, yeah? Otherwise I would have shown you something else here with your hands.
No, you can move back a little bit. Go on, sorry.
Can you see me? Yeah, look.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so get something, put it in your hands, okay?
Well, anything.
What, yeah, like? That's it, really good. Straighten your hands out. Yeah, straight. No, that's too big, Kalam. That's too big.
Is it?
Yeah,
okay.
Get something a bit more small. Yeah. Right, that's it. Open your fingers up. Good. All right. So you move it towards your right. Okay. Take it behind the back of your head, and make sure it doesn't drop. Yeah, don't drop. Don't hold it. Bring it back underneath your armpit.
Underneath my armpit.
Let's do that again, yeah? Come on. You see how? Yeah. That's it. All the way over, and then under your armpit with that drop in it, yeah. That's you do. That's it. Now take it round under your armpit. Yeah. Now you held it. Yeah.
So what's this supposed to do?
Right. This is good for your ligaments in your shoulders. Yeah. Balance, coordination, ligaments, and if you do that with breathing, it's really, really good. It opens up your lungs, one side of your lung as well. Then you change the hand.
But now do the not so serious, but you know where he goes that one.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So if you want to protect yourself from COVID-19, okay, right, you exercise your lung. So you got to sneeze out. Yeah.
Do it again.
Wait, what?
I can't hear you.
Right, you got to get some tissue.
Okay.
All right, we'll do the next one.
Oh, do that one again. Do that one again. Do that one again.
That's the only way you're going to say it. Seriously, Boris was doing this, mate. I'm telling you.
Go on. What's the next one? One?
Next one. But the first one, you got to do it with the tissue, and you got to breathe out, yeah? Okay? Second one is like, you got to look to your right, okay? Right? With your left hand, left one. Now, as you breathe in, you got to, like that, yeah? Yeah.
That's enough.
Right, listen, I think we got to watch that video, yeah? You got to watch the video to like it, yeah?
Abdul, you need to put that video on the link there. I think
I gave it. I gave the video.
Abdul, no, on the comments page, so all of our viewers can.
It's such a good video, mate. I mean, you know, that's how we managed to protect the NHS.
Alhamdulillah. So that was really fun, Abdul. Jazakallah khair. Muhammad Imdad is saying Abdul the Mr. Motivator, and then Sister Musa is saying, Professor Gray, it ain't going to work for you, lol. You should wear a baseball bat, you should wear something, a hat maybe, and try to show me some moves with that I can't read that one. Facebook might get annoyed again. Umar is saying, and Shamsul Islam is saying, and Karen is saying, okay, Callum, I have to say how impressed I am with your knowledge of makeup. What are you hiding?
That is named Callum.
Callum, yeah. And Musa says, Daroon Mac, why is your tongue out when you're concentrating? That's the way it is, isn't it? Facebook brother is watching you. I thought he was gonna eat the spray. This is my because I'm working from home, innit? This is my screen cleaner thingy bob. And we need a clear demonstration. I think, Abdullah, what you need to do is maybe record this version and post it on our page so people can see it. And people are saying, without laughing, please. And Mia SK saying, this is too funny. Great entertainment. Alhamdulillah. Hold on. Jazakallah khair, Abdullah.
Well, there's loads to come, yeah?
There's more.
There's more. Okay, let's take a nasheed break. As I promised, because some of you said right at the beginning of Ramadan, why don't I play an Urdu nasheed? So I found one, and this is actually, it's going to be like coming back down in a quick manner to reality, brothers and sisters. I hope you all understand it, and I hope you all try to comment in the comment section.
Yes.
दुनिया के ए मुसाफिर मंजिल तेरी क़ब्र है तय कर रहा है जो तू 2 दिन का ये सफ़र है दुनिया बनी है जब से दुनिया बनी है जब से लाखों करोड़ों आए लाखों करोड़ों आए कोई मिट्टी में सब समाए मिट्टी में सब समाए इस बात को न भूलो सबका यही हशर है दुनिया के ए मुसाफिर मंजिल तेरी कब्र है आँखों से तूने अपनी आँखों से तूने अपने कितने जनाजे देखे कितने जनाजे देखे हाथों से तूने अपने दफनाए कितने मुर्दे दफनाए कितने मुर्दे अंजाम से तू अपने क्यों इतना बेखबर है दुनिया के ए मुसाफिर मंजिल तेरी कब्र है मखमल पे सोने वाले मखमल पे सोने वाले
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome back. And now we just get a little bit of a reality check. That's the life of a Muslim, balance. You can have a good time, but you got to remember the reality as well. And all things in measurement, okay? So that way, you know, we remain on the middle path, inshallah. So as we were saying just before that, and the lovely exercise that Abdul put us through now, our lungs are all full of air and everything else. We just want to say, after Ramadan, we're going to be on every Friday, inshallah. What time did we say, Kalam?
11, isn't it? 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. So every Friday we'll be on 11 o'clock, inshallah. So weekly, we're going to weekly. So make sure you spread the news. And if you are on social media, of course, like our page, EasyTalk. And if you're on Instagram, follow us at Daroon Show, okay? Inshallah, and we'll keep you up to date through that. The other thing I wanted to mention is that obviously, there was a lot of fundraising and things like that going on. I just want to hear from you, brothers and sisters. How did it feel this year? Because one of the things that happened in the Muslim community during Ramadan, of course, mashallah, a very generous community, always giving. This year, how was the fundraising for you guys? Like, in terms, because you didn't really go to that many events, or did it all still feel the same? Or was it better, or was it worse? How was it? Kalam?
Well, I think, I work in the sector, and I can say that despite there being no events, a lot of the Muslim community went online. They found their charity of choice or their campaign or their projects, and they gave. So alhamdulillah, the number of people that, from our personal experience from the organization that I work for, we got a lot more volume of donors, which is amazing, alhamdulillah. The live appeals were busy, people, and so alhamdulillah. And this year, actually, I just plugged them actually on Islam channel. Colleagues from Muslim Hands raised £1.5 million in a live appeal. Yeah, started after Maghrib, finished just after Fajr, so a few hours, 8 hours, 9 hours like that, and they raised 1.5 million. So alhamdulillah, the charitable, and you know what, it's amazing, and subhanallah, it makes me feel very proud to be within the Muslim community, because like the Muslims give in charity, and they do it selflessly because they want the pleasure of Allah. It's a proof of people's deep iman. And I was watching a video by somebody who was saying, look, don't judge other people. Don't look down at other people because you think you're at a higher level in your deen, in your obedience to Allah, in your prayers and all that, and that person is in sin or whatever. Do not look down at other people, because you don't know what act of worship is going to be accepted by Allah, and what act of worship will be transformative for that person, and you don't know finally how you're going to end and how they're going to end. Like Azad Bhai said, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالْخَوَاتِيمِ. The actions are judged by the endings. We could live a whole life of religiosity, but right at the end, we fall up, we trip up, and we fall into kufr or nifaq or whatever it is, and Allah protect us, but we end in that state. And it could be vice versa. Others are in sin right now, but right before the end, they make tawbah, they return to Allah, and they get to paradise. So alhamdulillah, I think the Muslim community, they really give, and I've experienced that. The other thing, sorry, lastly, the 24-hour challenges have been amazing. We've been part of 2 or 3, and all of the 3 that we've been part of, number one, so Faith Inspire, big up, they won. Hounslow Muslim Center, they won. And I think tonight we had BRT UK. Oh, it's gone 12, so you can't donate to them. I think they did quite well as well. So all of them, and Masjid Aisha in Tottenham, they won. So a lot of good charities did really, really well, alhamdulillah.
You know what, Kalam? Everyone that I donated to won.
MashaAllah.
Every day. Can you believe it?
That's because you gave to everyone.
If you want to win next time, come to me. Abdul, how was yours?
You're excellent, bro. I'm telling you, yeah. I think just before Ramadan, I was thinking, well, subhanallah, with COVID-19, you know, how's Ramadan going to be? Obviously, it was totally different. There was a lot of blessing in that. Number one, you know, everyone got to spend a lot of time with their family members, and that's key. Number two, in the history of Islam, globally, certain things have happened or not happening because of the situation that we're in, and this is a totally unique situation. And if you can think about it, if brothers and sisters do their Eid Salah with their families, it will be everyone praying in their houses. In the UK, every home there's going to be some sort of ibadah taking place, which has never happened in the history of Islam as well. So that's some very, very positive sign. On the charity side, subhanallah, you know, like Brother Kalam said, the Muslim community, they smashed it. I'm telling you, yeah. I thought, what's going to happen this time around with the fundraising? You know what? People phoned me. People came with cash money to kind of like give. You know, everyone went on online platforms and that. You know, from Human Aid, mashallah, we had over 450 people fundraising for us, online pages and that. Yeah, mashallah, it was just unbelievable. Kids, families, everyone get involved. We had to teach people how to do it. And it was then so easy for them. So I think people learned that it doesn't have to be physical fundraising, but it's online fundraising. So I think this situation has brought us to that situation as well. The other thing I like to say is that a lot of people, mashallah, of all the charity organizations that are actually making the appeals, you know, alhamdulillah, people are always going to give their zakat. They've already made their intention they're going to give the zakat in the month of Ramadan. So that money was coming in, and people had options and choices. Mashallah, a lot of the charities had very, very good campaigns, with very, very good programs out there that was going out. You know, there was a lot of fundraising taking place very differently, but I think, you know, what would be good to see from the UK again, how much money was raised under COVID-19 in this situation. And I think we'll probably get that much more later on. But I think a lot of money was raised, inshallah. And I think the spirit of the people, why we were given it, we've discussed that, but the impact that you're going to be making. Also, alhamdulillah, all those campaigns in Syria, Gaza, Lebanon, Yemen, where people are being oppressed, you know, alhamdulillah, they'll be benefiting from that, inshallah. Yeah. So, yeah, you know, mashallah, jazakallah to everyone for, you know, contributing and helping, and, you know, you're making a difference for yourself, and alhamdulillah, surely the beneficiary will benefit over there as well.
Can I just say, sorry to interrupt, Azza, just before you go, I just think, like, you know, we need to look at it this way, you know, every place that is worshipped by Allah, every inch of this earth where Allah is worshipped and glorified will bear witness on the day of judgment that, you know, you were worshipped, ya Allah, in this spot. So if you think about that for a split second, and then think about where your charitable donations is going. Like, think about where Rohingya camps, Somalian desert, Yemeni camps, the Syrian brothers and sisters all over the world, Gaza, Kashmir.
And also, India. Don't forget, with the PPEs and the frontline staff members and providing food, it was a very, very global, comprehensive. It wasn't that, you know, the Muslims were just thinking about the Muslim communities, but they were also doing a lot in the UK as well.
Alhamdulillah. So I think, you know, mashallah, you know, we need to be really proud, and we need to ask Allah to accept it from us, actually. And may we see mountains of good deeds on Judgment Day because of our charity, inshallah.
Now read some messages out.
Yep, I will do. This Eid, there will be more tears than joy with the COVID deaths and oppression in the Ummah. The Pakistan flight deaths just today, we might want to mention that, and the Uyghur children in their camps. Taiba Akhtar is really happy that we're going to be on Fridays at 11 o'clock every Friday, inshallah. So she's like, yay. And Musa too is like, woohoo, Friday night party nights. Who needs Anton Deck when you have Daroon brothers? True. Who's Anton Deck anyway? Exactly. Shah Hussein is saying, can I ask what you all work as? Just wondering. You can ask and we cannot answer. Sabs is saying, Anton Daroon. And Umar is saying, you cheered us up, really helped us get through Ramadan, alhamdulillah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless and reward you three brothers of the Daroon show. Ameen. Inshallah. No, look, seriously, that's why we're doing it. Look, we want to cheer people up and hopefully also inspire people a little bit in terms of the deen as well. Rabbi is saying, Ameen. Khalid Rahman is saying, every 100 years, Islam will be revived. In less than a decade, we could be walking into a lifetime golden opportunity. And Abdul Alim is saying, alhamdulillah, I did 2 campaigns. We're talking about charitable thing. And he's saying, which I never expected to reach my totals, but subhanallah, both campaigns, I reached my targets and within a week and have gone beyond my targets, mashallah. Whereas Muhammad Imdad is saying, actually, fundraising has been tough on many of the masajids. Many of them are not on social media, and it's had a negative impact in that regard. Most charities and organizations with social platforms have done well.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I think the smaller masjids that was mentioned just now that don't have a social media footprint would have struggled. And inshallah, Allah make it easy for them. And hopefully, nothing serious will come of it. And I think, look, just the giving spirit. I mean, that's what I realized as well, that there was a giving spirit. So Allahu Akbar, for all the pain that we had of not going to the masjid for Jummah and not going to the masjid for Taraweeh and not being able to do Eid Salah and everything else, we've still shown that actually as an ummah, the important aspects, the faraids that are needed in our deen and in our lives are happening. All of us are praying at home. A lot of people this year, I've seen more people say they've managed to do not just the khatam in Arabic, but also in English. Okay, more people have spent more time with their families rather than being out going to iftars and collections. So that's another positive. More people have actually managed to save, because Ramadan is also a financial burden on a lot of people. The amount of money that is spent and everything else. So that burden has been lifted. So I think, there's been, I just see positives. I haven't seen anything negative. Yes, the negative is that a lot of family members, people we know, have passed away. Yeah, qadar Allah, it was to happen. And I think, the uplifting thing is, look, they have died shaheed. Subhanallah, you just mentioned the Pakistani flight. There was people coming from, I think from Lahore to Karachi, and just you tried to land in Quran and tried again, and the engine failed and just crashed before landing. And subhanallah, I think there was about 90 or 100 people on there. Which have died. I think only 2 or 3 survived. And they've died a shaheed, and they were looking forward to Eid and everything else, and that's what's happened. It is heartbreaking, but at the same time, we see the glory that Allah has given them as well. So I think that there is this balance as well. So one thing though important, I think one of the commentators mentioned is the oppression around the world and everything else. COVID-19 may have taken the focus off, but we still make dua for them. We still campaign for them. We still raise our voices. We witness what's going on, and we try to do our level best to help. Whether they're in Gaza, in Palestine, whether they're in Kashmir, whether they're in India, whether they're in Burma, the Rohingya, all the Uyghur brothers and sisters who I think you can't. There isn't a scale of oppression. One oppression isn't worse than the other. Every oppression is bad and is contextualized. There's some people who can handle more. Some people can't handle that much. So everything in its context. And I think we shouldn't play a game of this one's more important than the others. We need to play the game of all of this oppression is happening. What are we as a Muslim community going to do about it? And I think, we did discuss that last time about some priorities that we need to put into our lives. Look, alhamdulillah, we are being entertaining. We're laughing and everything else, but there is a seriousness that we should always keep a focus on as well.
No, absolutely. Lily Chai is saying many people had their cards blocked due to Launch Good campaigns. Launch Good only uses MasterCard and something, so it's a little bit because it's an American platform. But alhamdulillah, Simon is saying a Ramadan like no other. But I sincerely believe that everything happens for a reason, and this Ramadan has given many of us lots of things to reflect upon. I reckon this Ramadan has enabled a lot of people to come back to the deen, actually. Alhamdulillah, it's given people the opportunity to realize the vulnerability of their own lives, to realize how absent they were from their families, maybe to reflect on some of the injustices that they were doing to themselves and to people around them. And inshallah, I think many people have used Ramadan to really revive the iman within themselves. So long may it continue, inshallah. Make dua that Allah keeps us on the straight path, all of us. Rabia is saying it was really thoughtful of Tower Hamlets Council to give out iftar to vulnerable families yesterday. Thoughtful PR. Thoughtful PR.
Thoughtful PR.
Yeah, and Samsul Islam is saying Boris Johnson's Eid message might be on Saturday, but if you can do it on Sunday, don't do it on Sunday, do it on Saturday. But if you have to do it on Sunday, then do it. But if you can't do it on Sunday, then maybe you shouldn't do it, but you might want to do it and you might not want to do it, but I do it or don't do it, So that a lot of people enjoy that one. And Sabs is saying, thank you, brothers. After watching your show, I have started reading The Sealed Nectar, the biography of the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, recommended by one of you brothers. I think we all recommended it, actually. It's one of the must-go-to books for, and she's saying, I can't put it down. Mashallah, very touching. Wait until you get to the death of the Prophet Sallallahu and you will
blow your way.
Blow your way. And Saima Atuli saying, Dittu Kalambai, I mean, Dittu. What's Dittu?
Ditto.
Huh?
Oh, God.
So should I missed something here?
Ditto, like same to you.
Oh, right. Okay, got you. Yes, of course, ditto to you too. It's like one of them Bengali names, isn't it? Ditto me. It's not Ditto Kalam, it's actually Abul Kalam. Thank you very much. Ditto Kalam, but no, mate, it's Abul Kalam. Ditto's my brother.
Oh, I think we've got to this one. Okay, listen, brothers and sisters, what is the time now? I think
it's 1 o'clock. Yeah.
It is 1 o'clock, and it is going to be the last night of Ramadan, and we don't want to keep you away from some ibadah. Please do some ibadah, do some recitation, do some dua before Fajr and everything else. And tomorrow's going to be the last day. I know many of you are going to be busy with preparations for Eid and things like that. Allah make it easy for you. And I think, look, at the end of the day, my personal message for Eid is don't fret and frown about the salah. Are we going to do it or not? Just take it easy. Look how much Allah loves us. He makes this so easy for us. There's a choice. Do whatever is comfortable for you. Do whatever is not a burden on you. Okay? There's no need for you to add a burden onto yourself. The most important things are, like I said, make sure you do the fitrah. It's done. When that's done, from Maghrib onwards tomorrow, you start doing the takbirat. Remember Allah, thanking Allah. This is the reward. Okay, that's the main thing. The reward, Eid al-Fitr is the reward that Allah gives us for the 30 days or 29 days of fasting. So claim that reward with a smile on your face, okay, and with remembrance of Allah.
and look, guys, we've raised the bar. We, meaning the Ummah, our little EasyTalk community, we've raised the bar for ourselves. We're reading books, we're reading seerahs, we're on it in terms of the oppression around the world, the injustices in the UK. We're critical citizens of this country. We love this country, but we're critical about what's going on in terms of government and policy. Like, we've raised the bar, so we need really to sustain it now. We can't let after Ramadan, after the shaitan comes back out, it all drops and we all become lazy and we all lackadaisical. And no, we need to keep it going, and we need to keep some of these good habits that we've picked up, keep it going. And one of the things I'd like to remind everybody about is the 6th fast of Shawwal. So after Eid Day, we should be following, because after Ramadan, it's the month of Shawwal, and the Prophet ﷺ said that whoever follows the month of Ramadan with 6 fasts in Shawwal, he is as if he fasts for the whole year, right? So the reward for the 6 fasts of Ramadan is like you've been fasting for the whole year. Now, you don't have to do them 6 together. You can do them separately. You can do them together. But please do the 6 fasts of Shawwal, and inshallah keep up the practice of what we've been implementing, recitation of Quran and whatnot. Keep it up, because we can't afford to go back down to the levels that we were. The religion of Islam, Allah and the Prophet and the Muslim Ummah expect and demand more from us. In fact, I'll say it's fard, it's obligatory on us to step up to the level of this religion.
Yes, and think of it this way, yeah. The month of Ramadan was a month of training on all levels, yeah. We've got another 11 months. All that training that we've done, all those habits, all those good behavior, all those, the taqwa that we've gained, we've got to now shift it over to the next 11 months. Just remember, there's injustice taking place. You need to get involved, maybe get involved with some of the campaigns and that, become an advocate, get involved with charity work as well, because charity work isn't going to stop at month of Ramadan. It continues, continuously. The people out there who need your help and support, they need it every day, every week, every month as well. And also, mind, body and soul. Mashallah, we had a very spiritual month of Ramadan. Inshallah, we've gained a lot from it. Inshallah, we want to create the balance as well after Ramadan. After the lockdown, get yourself back in shape as well, start training. Some of us have started to do a bit of cycling as well, so hopefully you can still maintain your social distance and get involved with activities. Be balanced. That's what we need to be. We need to be a balanced person.
Can I just say, Umara, no, my dear sister, it doesn't work like that. You can't give us an icon of a cake and say, this is for you, Eid cake. Sorry. Abdul, you accept that? No. Abdul, you accept that? We'd rather you just delete that comment if you can't, do the real deal.
Realize, okay? We're back on next Friday, 11 o'clock, inshallah. Spread the word. We're going to be regular, and we'll try to be as entertaining as possible. And hopefully Facebook won't hate us as much as it hated us today and cause this much problem. So, brothers and sisters, we're going to finish there. Jazakumullah khair for watching and listening and being patient with us. Keep us in your dua. This is the last night. Forgive us for any shortcomings. And everything that we've said here is in good spirits. We don't mean anything to anyone. And so, if you are offended, tough. No. If you're offended, tough. Have a shame with it.
No. We ask your forgiveness. Of course we do. I love this.
I don't know what possessed me there.
The truth possessed you, brother. The truth.
Okay. No. May Allah reward you. May Allah accept all your ibadah. May He accept your fast. May He accept your sadaqah, your zakat, your fitrah, your recitation, all of your ibadah. And may He accept all of us into heaven. Amen. Assalamu alaikum.